just work. I just do my devotions whenever I felt like it. And you get married and get responsibility, and then you have to like plan for it. And so it's changed drastically. And you have to learn how to love God in every area and walk of life. You know, so as a single person right now, I believe God remembers every second we spend with Him and we pour into Him. So take advantage of your time with God. You know, I feel like I put some roots down when I was single, and I spent a lot of time in writing and worshiping, and you know, and it's right now it's just a totally different season. So it's so take advantage of this time. It's so funny. And I was like this when I was single. I don't remember what I did with my time. I just don't remember what I did with my time, and I felt like I was busy, but
people now are like, they're like, I'm so busy. I'm going to the mall, and then I'm
on Facebook, and I'm partying until 3 in the morning.
I'm so busy.
It's like, you know, life changes, and God needs to come along for the ride when life changes. So, as someone who is single with the call of life to be involved in worship and music ministry, how important is it to marry someone with the same call to worshiping and music? I got a lot of thoughts on that. First of all, I think before everyone gets married, they should probably take a personality test, because this could be really good or it could be really hard. And hard might not be wrong or bad, but the easy way out, well, let's see. We got married and we're both musical, so you know our opinion on that. But you can run into some problems. You know, there can be competition. You know, especially when you start having kids, and the wife who was musical and involved now is home with the kids, and you can run into a lot of conflict there. But it is nice to be married to someone who kind of gets it, gets how you feel, and loves music. So I would say yes. But you know what, man? I had a list of, you know, you have that idea of who you want to marry, and I had a list, and Jenn was pretty much everything on the list. There's a few things that whatever, but here's the thing. Love. When you're in love with someone, that list, or like, are they musical at all, it kind of goes out the window. So being in love is probably the most important thing. But it does help to be musical together, because then you make musical babies, and then they don't have a chance, right? They're just all musical. And then, but you know what, I would say it's hard as a musician to make a living. I'm just going to be honest with you. Some of us are lucky and we're kind of born into it, and then we can grow into a position. But for the most part, most of you, it's hard. So you have to be realistic and not lose the dream. But
we have two people that we're working with right now that are super musical on our team, amazing people that have been living off their parents now, like 25, 30, pushing, you know. They came to us and said, you know, we just don't know. God may be moving us. I don't know. They're two of my, you know, they're just single people, you know. Anyway, they're not dating at all. They're two of the same sex people, but just rad people. Just, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not really. Get a job.
Yeah. Come on.
Get a normal job and be responsible for your life and pursue music at the same time. Because there's all these people who are floaters and who are band junkies out there that have no personal responsibility. Practice for your marriage and 3 kids now as a single person. Best tip I could give you if you are not married yet is practice for what you want. Practice being a husband even though you don't have a girlfriend.
Yeah. Come on.
You need to put these things in practice. Be practical. Ask the Holy Spirit what you need to do. That book, 9 Simple Things Everyone Should Know to Succeed in Love and Life, all about this right here. Practice what you want to become, even though you don't have it yet. So good.
You know, that's a great question about the idea of getting a job and getting money to make music, because all of us would raise our hands and say that's the goal, right? On different levels, right? And yet it's the most complicated transition for most people. I would say being faithful. Like I have a friend, Jeremy Evertson. Those of you who went to the studio, Jeremy. Jeremy's story is really cool, and I like to share it because I really feel like it's a really good model to follow. There is a season in all of our lives where we have to serve for free.
Right.
And that's just a part of how it works. And in that season, you prove yourself whether you're worthy or not. Regardless, I mean, that's just how it is. So he went to Seattle as a musician in a band called The Myriad. They formed a band in Seattle, but what he did was he went into a studio as an intern. And he knocked on the door and said, I want to intern with you. He basically learned, he worked his butt off. He swept floors and did trash. He went to the studio and he worked for 7 years. But in 1 week, he had everything figured out. And at night, he would study the console and do all this stuff. And his favor grew, and so he became an engineer in this big studio in Seattle through an intern process. And the doors that has opened for him are amazing. And God's, right now, is like in his life, he's really busy because of all the work that we're giving him to the church, but he's a good example of someone who did it the right way and served. And a lot of people, I've worked with a lot of anointed, amazing people, but they didn't want to go through that season of a couple years or 5 years even, where they served and they did whatever they needed to do to get the job done. You know, I started leading worship, I didn't even think I shared this. I led worship in Weaverville. I didn't know any better. I didn't start in a band. I started playing guitar, and I was an irresponsible young guy, like every young person, but I did do one thing right. I started leading worship in a drug rehab group every week, and I thought it was great. And I was practicing on them, and they were practicing on me, and I would do anything I could do in the form of service on my instrument. Until one day, I got an opportunity to lead a song in youth group. And what happened, because I was at the right place at the right time through faithfulness and serving. You want to see someone who's the biggest servant of all? Kathy on that back table she is the example of, and there really is something to this, because so I led worship at youth group. I led this song called "You're the Miracle of My Life," this cheesy song. But when I led that song in worship, my life changed forever. Someone gave me a prophetic word that I really feel like this is your call, blah, blah, blah. And that seed started to grow inside of me because I was faithful. See, I wouldn't have done it if I didn't start leading worship in a drug rehab group. There's a step process in life. And so I'll tell you, if anything you learn in the school, to be honest with you, I feel like, and we're actually going to end right now, you need to learn that. You need to learn internship. You need to learn serving for a season. You need to learn serving someone else's vision. You know, and it's so frustrating as a leader. I can't tell you how frustrating it is to work with people who don't have that concept down. It is the most frustrating thing in the world as a leader. And I have cut people off. There's this one person I can think of, and I'm not going to say names or sex or anything, but this person was so anointed and had everything that she needed. Oh, sorry.
Well, you know now.
Everything this person needed to succeed, to go as far as we could push her out. But she wanted this overnight, instant thing. Like most of you, I want to be on the Jesus Culture team tomorrow. Right? A lot of you asked that question. She wanted this overnight thing. She wanted it now. So she's moving around from church to church, vagabond, moving around looking for this thing. If she would have just stayed here for a couple of years and got into what we're doing and served, I can guarantee